Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. Right now we're at $69.19. We're down 0.89%. It is 8:06 a.m. Eastern Time and it's September 12th, 2019. So I wanted to throw that out there for the people who watch this later on. Guys, what's happening here with Litecoin is we're just really getting tight. That's the main thing. I mean, you've seen here for probably the last, what's it been, guys, almost 2 weeks, we've been bouncing around between $71 and about $61. And what's happening now is we're in a very tough battle over this 0.618, and that's a key Fibonacci level. So that's what we're going to be looking at here. And what I wanted to do is step back. I pulled off the moving averages. We'll put them on in a minute, but I just really wanted to look at price action with this Fibonacci here. Okay, so if you guys like these videos, you get something out of it, let me know down low. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Notification bell is going to be the most important thing for you. I'm trying to get videos out every day to you, of various coins, different things like that, and also trying to help as many people as I can with technical analysis as I learn it as well. So we're going to dig into this here, guys. So first of all, what I wanted to point out, we took from our swing low up to our swing high here. So we're looking at this full move here from the low to the high. And what we're looking at is the retracement. So it's been about 2.5 months now that we've been in this correction. What we've been having is lower highs and lower lows. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out to you, the 0.618 is a very powerful Fibonacci level. And the fact that we did break down through it, you can see right here, we basically broke down through it with a bearish belt hold candle. That's a very strong candle. Let me zoom in here a little bit more for you. You can see that came on some volume as well. And what happened was we actually ended up falling to about $62. And what happened was we tried to break out of this trend line, which it was a failed break there. You can see we had a shooting star candle. We wicked up to that 0.618. We got rejected. We got pushed back down. But what happened was we set a higher low with a bullish engulfing candle here, and we got pushed back up again. And then we ran into another shooting star candle here, right where we found overhead resistance from this big chop from about 2 weeks ago, where we were just moving sideways for the longest time as well. So now what's happening is you can see the candle getting very tight. We're having a battle over this 0.618 again, guys. So now what we're looking at is to see, is Litecoin here going to set another higher low, then try to come back up here and maybe attempt to get up to that 0.5 Fibonacci as overhead resistance? Remember, guys, just looking at price here. We're not looking at moving averages or anything like that. Just going off price action, up to around 77 to that $83. Or are we just going to set a lower high overall in this macro here, and we're going to get pushed back down here to this 0.786, which is going to be a key area. So to the upside, just looking at price action, guys, we need to get up above about $77 there to start moving, trying to come up here and tackle this 0.5, which is at 83.93 to the upside. And then to the downside, we look at this 0.786, which is going to be around $48.49. And that's also going to correlate, guys, with what you see here. It's almost like a little descending triangle that we ended up breaking out of. Do you see this? So we'll just draw a rough one here just to show you. And then we'd put our horizontal like right here, and you can see, guys, so this is like that descending triangle, and then we broke down through on heavy volume, and we ended up falling from about $50 all the way to that $22. So it's important to look at these areas. That could be a key area of support there, because we have all that support with that 0.786, so that's around $48. We'll call it $50 there is a key area to the downside that I'm going to be looking at, guys. But a lot of times I think it's really important for us just to step back and look at price action without a lot of lines and different things on the charts, because sometimes it's just beautiful to see how price is moving in these flows or in these trends here. And as you can see with this trend line here, we didn't really get a trend line break. We've kind of just drifted out through it. We didn't have a large volume trend line break where we really got out of there. So that's something I'm looking at as well. Now, if I take the Fibonacci off, and I'm also going to take this trend line off, just take a look at this chart. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you feel as though this downtrend is complete, or do you feel like there's going to be another leg down and we're going to make that lower low? Please put that down low, okay, just looking at this chart. Or do you feel as though this is the start where we potentially got that higher low, then we could get a higher high, higher low, and the trend's going to start changing from here, and we're going to start going back up and dig our way out of this, and this is all the retracement that we're going to have? Okay, so that's what I like to do. And then I'll also go through, guys, and I'll look at key areas like this. So this was a key spot that we ended up breaking down through, and now we're trying to get back up above and hold it. Okay, so we dropped down from where we had this bullish engulfing candle here, and that's going to be around let's call it 66.86, because we had about 3 weeks of a retracement here, and then we started that next leg up. So that's an important area there with that bullish engulfing candle there, and that could be a spot as well, like that 0.618, that we would need to hold here if we do want to continue to the upside. Now what we're going to do is throw on the moving averages, and this is going to show us the trend or the direction. So first of all, I want to start with the 100 moving average. You can see the 100 moving average, guys, we crossed down below it at about $100 there. We started to get pushed to the downside. So that's acting as overhead resistance. In the longer term there, we're getting pushed to the downside. Then we're going to look at the 50. And you can see with the 50, here's where our death cross took place. That was at about $94 there. And now we're really getting pushed to the downside. And what I wanted you to look at here is, guys, you see the golden cross when the 50 crossed over the 100 there? That was at around $43. And look how long it stayed up above here. So that's why I'm saying the fact that we had this cross here could be significant. It could really push us down. Am I saying it has to? It doesn't. At any point, guys, we could have a very strong candle and we could break right out over top of these and have a candle close above it. That's what happens in this space. I mean, you can see it right over here where we had that really large stick of volume, that candle, we closed up above it, and then we started moving. But it's something that I want to keep an eye on. I think that's an important thing, that the 50 crossed down under the 100. Then what we're going to be looking at is our 26 EMA. And what happened is we're seeing a lot of rejection at this 26 EMA. We've tried it about 4 times now, 4 days. We cannot get back up above it. So that's still pushing down on us. And then we have our 12 EMA. And our 12 EMA, we're actually sitting right on top of it. We've had a few days where we traded up above it. You can see right now the bulls are trying to defend it, and we're getting squeezed in between the 12 and the 26. So things are getting really tight here, guys. And that's what I wanted to just point out to you, that the trend, you know, in the shorter term here, shorter term to intermediate, is still down. You have to work with these moving averages. It's something that I used to not pay enough attention to. I'd say, all right, well, maybe this is the bottom. I'm going to go in there. What I want to wait for now is confirmation. I want us to start to get back up above those moving averages, because thanks, guys, if you even waited till the 50 crossed over that 100 right here at $43, we ended up gaining another $100 to the upside there. So even if you waited for that confirmation, you would have had an amazing trade. Yeah, you didn't nail the bottom at 22, but it's about getting the main part of these trends, the big chunk of these trends. You want to be able to ride them. You're never going to be able to most likely buy the bottom. You're not going to sell the top. You got to get those big chunks in the middle. That's what you're looking for. And right now we have not had enough confirmation to go long to the upside, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I still believe we should sit back, wait, look to see what Bitcoin's going to do, if it's going to break out or break down out of the pattern that it's been developing now for about 2 months or so. So that, I think that's going to be a very big deal for us. Then I just want to do a few quick indicators. Guys, we'll take a look at our relative strength index. RSI, we're at 43. See, we're starting to point down a little bit here, though. And what this did, this basically cooled off our RSI a little bit. We were getting low on our RSI. We were down around that 27. Then we got this little relief here, and it was enough that we potentially could get slammed back down again. So we do want to look at that. Next one, we're going to look at our stock RSI. With our stock RSI, we're at the very top, and we're getting a bearish cross there. We're at 91 and 95, so really pay attention to that. And this is on the one-day chart, so we could definitely get pushed down a little bit more, just showing where the stock's at, guys. And that's all the more I'm going to go into. Volume is tapering down. I got to get to my job, guys. My business got to get running here, but I just wanted to throw this out there for you. You make your decision. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm telling you is right now the trend is still down, and you always want to align yourself with the trends. That's the number one thing that I can tell you, is if you line up with the trends and you enter a trade, it's okay if you have those pullbacks or reactions or retracements, because you're still riding with the trend. Does that make sense? Like, even if you got in right here, guys, and you saw a nice candlestick pattern off this 50-day moving average, then yeah, you're going to ride these up, and then you see how we had this retracement. And then you're riding it up, you have this retracement, but you're up above this 50 here. The trend is up, and right now the trend is down. So if you jump into a position right now, you have to realize that you have to deal with these overhead resistances or these moving averages, the pressure of the trend being down. You always want to look at trends basically as rivers. You're going to have small little creeks, and then you're going to have huge rivers like the Amazon, guys. And that's basically what happens if we go back to this. Take a look at this bear market that we are in. I mean, this was like the Amazon River. We were not breaking out of this. Even look at this white moving average here, guys, the 100 EMA. I mean, we were ridden So we dropped below it in May 10th, 2018. Here we were chopping back and forth on it. But from May 10th, 2018 until we finally got up above it February 10th, 2019. I mean, we can really spend some time there. And that's the trend, or that's that river pushing down on us. So now what we need to do is find some type of bottom here, guys, and then hopefully make that next leg up where the trend will change. And first it has to start in the short term, then it'll go to the intermediate term, and then we'll be looking at that longer term trend. But we really need volume to come back in. Even in this uptrend here, I'm not very impressed with the volume. Do you see in this uptrend how there was a lot more volume there? That's what you're looking for. You always want that volume to correlate with that uptrend. You want swelling volume in the uptrend. So, guys, these are things I want to show you the best I can. Remember, I'm not a professional here. I'm just doing all I can, reading, studying, and you know, if you guys get something out of it, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate each and every one of you being here with me today, guys. God bless. Take care.